For my leadership interview, I chose to do my grandfather, Cornell Stradwick. I chose to do my grandfather because he is a very strong leader in our family and even in our community, whether that's our little neighborhood or even expanding out into Wheeling, where even where we go to Lowe's or something, if me and my pap go to Lowe's, he knows at least one person, or at least one person knows him. And it's crazy to say or even think about because he is just a regular guy, so to say. He's nobody famous. He's not a real big influencer on social media, but still people know his name. And I feel people know his name based on his work ethic and his idea of what a leadership, what a leader is. And the qualities of a leader is a question that I asked him in our conversation that we had, and he said a leader is someone that has a good sense of direction and is understanding. So if we're going off of the books that we talked about in class, the Kelly and Kelly, a sense of direction, a sense of understanding or empathy was something that they were big on as the qualities of a leader. And these are the two qualities that I feel my grandfather has and that he discussed during the conversation or interview that we had. He wants the younger generation to understand right from wrong, and this is big in his leadership qualities or his influence towards the community. He wants the younger community to have a word. They want the younger community to have a say, but it's hard for the younger community to have a say or have a word if nobody's listening, one, and two, if the younger generation isn't trying to promote themselves or expand in a positive way. But as a leader, my grandfather did this well when he was young. He was the first person in his family to go to the steel mill. His father and siblings went to the mines, but he was the first in his family to go to the steel mill, and he went fresh out of high school, so there wasn't a lot of sense of direction for him because nobody in his family went in the direction that he went into. So he paved his own way and made use of everything that he had and kept pushing for the greater him instead of trying to build off of the little things that he knew. He built off the one thing that he already had to offer and then went back to the things that he already knew that he needed to fix and fix those towards the end, as we talked about in our leadership class. The leader of what's it called? I forget the name of it, but it's the leadership where you build off your strengths instead of focusing on your weaknesses. And this is what he did when he was younger. He built off of his strengths and the ideas that he already knew and made those his greater strengths, and then came back and fixed the weaknesses, like I already said. And this just goes off of his work ethic and understanding his purpose in the world. He had a strong work ethic growing up, and it just kept pushing him on and on to want more, to want a greater sense of direction for him and his family. And this is where the community aspect comes in, with him pushing the ones around him to be the greater people that they can be. He was in the middle pack of his siblings, with having 16 siblings, but he was around the middle, having older siblings in front of him and younger siblings behind him that he needed to push and develop to be great human beings like he is now. And these same work ethics and purposes and senses of direction and understanding is something that he used his whole life and continues to empower me and my siblings and my cousins with now. And it's easy to to just not listen and just say, oh, well, it's just Pap having one of his talks. But I sit and I listen to understand what he says and understand what he went through, to take what he learned and look at my losses but lessons that I need to learn, and take his aspects and collab them with my aspects to build my leadership and my character, because I want to be like my grandfather. Like, I want to work as hard as he does. I want to take care of my family, my community. I want to find my purpose like he found his purpose, so to say. And during our interview, I found that we share a lot of characteristics that I honestly didn't know that he had, that I have in myself. And it's all around positive motivation to me, because it shows that I'm doing something right. Because if he has them at his age and I have them at my age, it shows that I'm actually listening to what he's saying and not just shrugging it off the shoulder like most would at a younger age. Not to say that my family or cousins don't listen to what he says or what anybody says in our family. It's just a lot of people don't have the people that I have to be able to go and talk to and get the understanding and sense of direction that I might need. Some people don't have that same sense of direction. With all that being said, I want to thank my grandfather for having the interview with me, and thank him for all that he does for me, my friends, my siblings, my cousins, his wife, his daughters, his siblings, and so on and so forth. We thank you for all that you do, and I'm greatly appreciative for what you do, Pat.